Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Gigi, and this is my second book review. First of all, happy 2023 everyone! I can tell this is going to be an awesome year, and I'm really looking forward to not only like the year in general, like I can just feel this is going to be an amazing year. But also to making more content for you guys. I'm thinking of making a main part of this channel like about books and book reviewing or reading. Pardon my voice, I'm getting over a cold. Still a little congested. But if you guys would like to see more of that sort of thing, just let me know. I'm honestly kind of thinking about bringing back the reading out loud thing, but I'm not as good at that as I am at reading silently, and therefore I would have to kind of make this a book review thing. Anyway, let me know if you guys want to see more about books in general, and I'll be happy to try to accommodate that, as well as my artsy craftsy side. Anyway, this book is called Goblin Market by Diane Zoller. It's a young adult fantasy novel. I picked it up from the local library, and I was easily able to read it in 2 days. If you're a fast reader, you'll probably be able to read it in a day. My reading skills are a little bit slower than they used to be. So, it was such a cool little story that, of course, I had to write about it in my book lovers journal, which I got actually from Half Price Books. I'm actually going to show that right here. Yes, a book lovers journal. Ooh, such a cute little journal. I love the cover and stuff. So I wrote about it in here briefly, basically just summarizing it in my own words. And I'm just going to read what I wrote about it. This video is non-sponsored, by the way. All my videos right now are non-sponsored. So, basically, this book is a Slavic fairy tale about two sisters, Minka and Lizzie, who love each other very much but are fairly different. Minka is a social, artistic, older sibling. Lizzie, on the other hand, is shy, quiet, much more introverted, and literally sees the world in different colors. Specifically, she sees different sounds as colors, from natural woodsy sounds to people's different speech patterns and laughter. As one can imagine, this can be a little overwhelming for her in social settings, which is pretty much why she really prefers to just stay home. In this case, in the story, she hates market day, which is when her family's supposed to sell goods at market. It's like the story takes place in a very quiet, cool village, like quaint little fairy tale village. And Lizzie hates going to market because it's overwhelming for her. Having to talk to people, having to cope with all the different sounds and colors, and needing to just be there. And she does not think of herself as very good in social situations either. And this is all basically after a little incident that happened a few years prior in the story. I don't really want to go in too deeply because I don't want to spoil the whole plot for you guys, but yeah, ever since the incident, she's really just tried avoiding social situations in general. So, her sister goes to market instead and does a really great job of selling produce for the family. However, One day at the market, Minka falls for a handsome, mysterious stranger named Emil, who sells exotic fruit. He tempts her to take one bite from one of his apples, I believe. Unfortunately for Minka, this bite proves poisonous to her and she falls deathly ill. However, this is not a normal illness. Like, literally, she's basically pining away for this guy who she just met. And right away in the story, when Lizzie hears about Emil, she doesn't like him, doesn't really trust him, even though she's never met him. You know, good judge of character, Lizzie. And Emil turns out to be a goblin-like creature called a Zduzi. I tried looking up this creature online and I could only find it in this book, so I can't tell you what exact country this story takes place in, but all the names like basically sound Slavic, so that's all I can tell you. It could be a made-up country for all I know, or it could be like Russian, it could be Ukrainian, it could be another Slavic country like that. I'm not sure. But anyway, Emil turns out to be a goblin who is trying to steal away Minka. Will Lizzie be able to save Minka in time? I don't want to spoil anything for you. Anyway, well, I really did enjoy this book. It's pretty cool, cute for a quick read on a rainy day. I don't think you're gonna get bored, because like the author really does a great job of describing the settings. The characters are pretty cool. I loved the part that I really loved the most. Honestly, I was intrigued by Lizzie's ability to see sounds as different colors, like right away in the story. Like, that was interesting for me. And I could really relate to her love of nature and the forest. So I also could relate to her being an introvert, and I could understand how overwhelming social situations can be. I know that's because of her ability, but in this, like, it just, her introvertedness made her a very relatable character for me. That being said, I also really liked Minka. Minka is an artist. Her main thing is that she paints. She's a beautiful social sister. Despite her popularity status, like a lot of stories do tend to make the beautiful popular girl like the mean one. Minka is not mean at all. She is actually a pretty great older sister to Lizzie throughout the story, like before she's like in Emil's thrall, so to speak. Minka definitely makes a point of standing up for Lizzie. Like, no matter what the situation is, she takes the time to understand literally how Lizzie sees the world. Like, Minka's talent is that she paints really beautiful pictures, right? So one time, Lizzie is painting a picture, but the way she colors the trees is different. And Minka tells her, no, that's not how you color the trees. And then Lizzie kind of gets a little shy, but argues that no, those are the colors that she sees. Those are the colors of the sounds the trees make. And then Minka, instead of telling her, that's just stupid, or she is crazy, which a lot of people would honestly do in that situation, even to like kids, like they'd be like, oh no, that's not how you paint a tree. Minka instead grabs her paints and just asks Lizzie to describe what she sees. And she paints what Lizzie sees. And I thought that was a very sweet moment that the author wrote between the sisters. So my favorite part of the story, besides the fairy tale element, I love a good fairy tale rewrite, or like an original fairy tale. This is an original fairy tale from what I can tell. My favorite element of the book is the relationship between the sisters and like Lizzie's determination to save Minka. I think that Lizzie's character development is pretty great. Like, she has to face, obviously, her social fears. She has to face a lot of things in the book to save Minka. And I just thought that was really great. My main thing was that I really could relate to the bond that the sisters have. I have a younger sibling myself, and I've always had to basically stand up for him, so I could understand that. Yeah, I would highly recommend you try and pick up this book. There isn't really much romance at all. It's just, the story just focuses on the sisters, and it's a very cool, quick read if you are into the fantasy young adult novel stuff. The fantasy is not overdone or underdone, basically. It's just a little, it's like local magic. It's like, it focuses more on like the goblin creatures. And I guess Lizzie's special ability to see sounds, that must be magic, but they never really explain why she can do that. They don't really explain what that is. You just basically are expected to suspend your disbelief. What that really reminded me of is synesthesia, which I can't explain that well. I'm sure some of you will have heard of synesthesia. Is it basically that is when a person's senses kind of cross, and a person might be able to like taste certain sounds, I think, or see certain musical notes or whatever it is. But synesthesia is a very real thing. I always thought it was a very cool sounding when I heard about it for the first time from my mom. So Lizzie's condition reminded me of that more than magic, but obviously in the story I think that it is magical. Honestly, if you're in the mood for a nice quick read, pick up The Goblin Market by Diane Zoller. Thank you very much for listening to my quick ramble. I know I'm trying to keep my videos a little bit shorter. Well, honestly, if you want longer videos, let me know. I really appreciate you listening to my book review tonight. Again, I'm not a professional book reader. These are just my opinions. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever heard of this book, if you want to read it. Like, let me know your thoughts. And if you like the video, please like and subscribe. It really helps the YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night. Bye.